I have to ask this question because again, I've been saying this 6 years ago, I couldn't hear some of this conversation we're having because of where I was at that time. And I just want to make sure we serve those people too, because we're privileged. We have access to Bob Proctor and all the greatest leaders in the world and thought leaders in terms of this goes. And here's my question for you. There are people right now saying, okay, I heard Phil say I swim 90 minutes a day and I spend an hour in the morning studying. And their question is like, how do you have the time? There's 2.5 hours of your day. How do you generate the time? And, of course, the conversation is they're thinking of it in a linear format versus a quantum format. And so my question for you is, because I'm seeing you have 3 beautiful children, if not more, I'm seeing at least 3. So you have a family, of course, and you have a successful career. Where do you go to generate the time and energy to create the life you've created?
You know what? It's very simple. So one of the things I did, obviously I've been in this business for a while. And so one of the things that I was taught by Madonna is that she was highly scheduled, because I did a project with her years and years ago. And I learned that she was highly scheduled. Every single minute was scheduled. Now I don't want to have every minute scheduled, but what I do is that I do wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I've been doing this now for many, many years. And I go to bed early. I go to bed by 8:30, and I'll wake up at 4, and then basically I get out of bed and I start my study. And then by 5:30, I get into the pool. So I'm home with the kids by 7:15, see them off to school when there is school. Right now it's actually at home. And and then from 9 a.m. until about 5 p.m. I'll work. If I want to, which usually I do because I love my work. So, my work is a part of me, just as I'm sure your guys is a part of you. I can see it in your speech. And so then we'll have dinner and then I'll go to bed. And that's my day. So you make the time.
Yeah.
Great. Beautiful.
I was just going to say, time is, I think one of the most poorly understood mediums that we live in, and everybody lives in time. But and I'm not going to go down a rabbit hole on this, but but that being said,
I'm not talking about this.
There's a dimensional quality to time, and most people experience it as a linear quality. And to the point that if I get a routine, this thing about doing what I love, time seems to slow down for me. Milton Erickson, a hypnotherapist, who was modeled in NLP, had a very interesting term that he used with his patients. Take as much time as you need in the next 15 minutes to tell me everything about your life. Now, take as much time as you need in the next 15 minutes. It just the brain goes, what? But then it settles. Take as much time as you need as permission, and then you've got 15 minutes. Work it. So take as much time as you need today to do everything that you need to do, and you've got 24 hours. Yeah, it's an interesting play on dimensionality, not linearity.
Yeah, I totally, listen, I think a lot of people spend the time in busy energy, which is where I believe, Blaine, you and I were talking about this in terms of focus. And I think busy energy is that linear thought process. Yes. I have to do. Whereas when we live in a different time dimension, when we choose to live in a different time dimension, the experience of life becomes very different. And that's where focus comes into play. And that's what I love about what Phil's sharing is like, I plan out the day. So there's no reaction, there's just responsibility.